Hello and welcome back to my channel. So we have Emma, and probably my favourite Christmas set from this last week. So I have removed her previous acrylics. We have soaked off any existing acrylic. We have applied Tracy Lou's tapered square tips, and we are now applying the thin clear base. I have done all my prep work. So I have etched the nail, cuticle work, used my cuticle bit, used acetone, made sure it's all nice and clean, and I've used Prep Spray Plus to dehydrate as well. And I'm just coming in with my clear bead here, using my size 10 Tracy Lou brush. And we're just making sure that dehydrator is dry before we put that acrylic on the top. If you apply over wet dehydrator, you run the risk of developing greenies or pocket lifting, neither of which you want. So Emma does like her nails square. I do taper them a little bit when I file the tips in, because you're going to add bulk with that acrylic on the top. So it just gives you a nicer edge. I was really pleased with this set. So on this finger we are coming in with Birthday Suit. Bead up at that cuticle, tap, 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 and I'm just going to pull it down that nail. This is going to be a fade, and I'm coming in at the bottom in a second, just building that up. So tap, tap. See how my brush turns? Beautiful. We are then using Snow Globe. Snow Globe has been so popular, so I need to get another pot. So little bead on at that free edge, get that nice and neat, and then we're going to turn the brush around and we're going to blend it back into that Birthday Suit. I'm then going to allow that to dry. A little bit more there, look. Such a pretty acrylic. Going to allow that to dry, and we're then going to go to this finger. So I've left this in a wide view, and I am using Silver Bells. So first bead goes on at that cuticle, get that nice and neat, and this is just purely so you can see my bead pick up. So one at the free edge, turn the brush round. No, I didn't, I'm telling you lies. I am officially finished. I still have my nails to do, my mum's and my niece's, but no clients. I finished yesterday. I apologise for lack of content. It has been a bit crazy. I've had a lot of problems. Just putting a little bit more on there. She wanted a little bit more glitter. So I've had a lot of problems with people cancelling last minute, etc. But yesterday it was 1 every 2 hours. So yeah, didn't get much time to film. So we are using on here, I believe we are using Candy Apple from CJP. First bead on that cuticle, paint it on. It's so pigmented, you can do that. Get that free edge nice and neat, and then I come in with another bead just to smooth over the whole thing. I then let that dry and I come back and cap it in a little while. And for once, I have left the nail art in. I remembered to video. Yay me. I'm full of cold again. Not great, is it? So it is now the Sunday before Christmas. My husband has been off ill for 3 days. My son is feeling poorly. I have developed a sore throat. It's all great. So again on that middle finger with that Candy Apple. Such a beautiful red. Now, is it Candy Apple or is it Vamp? No, I'm pretty sure it's Candy Apple. So first bead goes on there, get that painted on, get it nice and neat around that cuticle. Red is a bugger. you know, it will stain the skin if you get it on the skin. But I was really, really pleased. This is probably one of my best sets. So the shaping came out very well on these, and especially those pointer fingers. Lush. So just building that up, making sure I've got the coverage that I want. I will be building the apex with my clear anyway. So just getting that as neat and as smooth as I can get it. Multiple beads. Okay, and then I'm capping that red one, and then I think I go back and cap the others that I've done so far. So you can see, look, I'm building my apex with that clear. So I'm getting that bead on where I want it, and I'm pulling it down at the sides and at the front of the bead, but not pulling that bulk away from that area where we want it. Same on this one, you can see, we're leaving in the apex where we need it. Beautiful. And then that index finger. And then we move on to the thumb. I have sped up this part, but I have left the nail art in real-time application, and I have left in the stamping to show you that everybody struggles with stamping. It can be a tricky business. So on that thumb, coming in with that first bead at that cuticle, get that tucked in nice and neat. And then I worry about the free edge, so get that first bead on, blend it back, and then make sure we've got the coverage at the tip. So a little bit more thickness there, we don't want it to be too thin. Blending that back into that previous bead. Just checking, you can see that's a bit flat. So I'll come in with another one to smooth out the whole thing. So we drag that down over the whole of that acrylic to make it nice and smooth. And then we cap. Done. Okay, so my jelly stamper is from Beauty Big Bang. I love it, it's lovely, and I'm using Moyu's white, and you will see, roll, doesn't pick up. Take off the excess on my, I use a clothes, I don't even know what you call it.
Lint remover.
Lint remover, see, mother helped. She's listening while I'm doing my thing. Used a lint remover to take the excess off of my jelly stamper. Try again. I'm pushing too hard. That's why it's not picking up. So you will notice in a second. Clean it off. Try again. So don't sit there thinking you're the only person that struggles with stamping. There is a certain knack to it. So take it off. Roll. No, not quite right. Take it off again. I get so frustrated when this happens, but it does happen. And then on this time, take it off, roll, perfect. So then just press that down firmly on the nail and you are done. Super cute. She actually did say, when I got to this bit, she was going to leave the snowflakes off. And I was like, no, I want to do them now. I've prepared myself for it. So I made her have them. And I was glad I did, because it did make the set. So there we go. First time on that one. Roll it on. Take the excess off on your lint roller. Don't wipe your jelly stamper with an acetone pad. You will ruin it. So just getting my brushes ready. We are going to be doing a bow. But we're going to do the lines in white. We're going to do the bow in red, which I haven't done before. This came from a picture she had on Google. So in that little jar, I've just got a little bit of water. So I'm using acrylic paints from CJP. I love the acrylic paints. I haven't used the gel paints much. Not as keen, not going to lie. But I think that's me. I prefer the acrylic. So obviously, because they're acrylic paints, you need to give them a little bit of time to to set. And you will notice that, yes, I am wearing a fluffy lounge suit because I can, because I work from home. So just getting that paint ready. I do this on a piece of tin foil because it's just easy to chuck it away. So I come in first of all with Tracy Lou's, one of Tracy Lou's striping brushes, but it gave me lines that were too thick. So I switched to my cheap brush, and literally we're going to do 2 lines going down. Notice I've got my little finger resting against my finger on my hand to steady myself. 2 lines down, reload my brush, 2 lines across, and we are then going to add a little red bow. Nicer. I love this striping brush. It's the longest, thinnest one I own, and it is brilliant. Came in a set off Amazon. Maybe I've just got used to using this one, so I'm just going to refresh, switch to the other hand, exactly the same, anchor my finger onto my other hand, and just pull. Reload my brush, and 2 across. Now, a good thing about using paints is if you go wrong, you can just you just wipe it off. So coming in with the red, so I'm using my Tiny Touches brush from CJP. I'm going to do a basic bow. So it's going to be a filled in red bow, so nothing too technical here. Let's just pop that colour in. So again, using that red acrylic paint from CJP. Do the 2 bows, do 2 little strings off it, and then I come in with some white paint and just put the illusion of the inside shadow of that bow in white. It just makes it stand out. Once I have done the nail art on these nails, I then use CJP's Tack-Free Top Gloss. First coat over this painted finger. You need to float it. You need a lot on your brush and just float it over the top, otherwise you will drag that colour off. On the stamped finger as well, I always double coat on painted and stamping. So first coat, float over, the second coat, very, very thin. It just seals it all in. Make sure that you've got that coverage. Once they are all done, I make sure they're all top coated, into lamp for 60 seconds, and then cuticle oil. Favourite set of Christmas. I've got one more set I think to upload, and that is it. But we'll see what I end up doing on my mother or myself. I'm hoping to do lipstick nails on myself. I'm going to give it a go. So that's about it for the video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Merry Christmas to everybody. Up to 97 subscribers. So that 100 before Christmas isn't unlikely. I'd be over the moon. So I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to go get dressed, go and get some stuff done. And I'll be back very, very soon. Bye-bye for now, guys.